Welcome back to Ptv Sports Club. It's day 2 of this only test. Zimbabwe taking on Bangladesh. We're coming to you live from the Ptv Sports Club. Well, it's been a merry morning for the Zimbabwean batting camp. A maiden 100 for Innocent Kahia, 127 he sits on from 196 balls. Bennett has been the other chief contributor, 59 in quick time. Zimbabwe currently sit on 249 for 2. Well, he's moved down the order, Brian Bennett. Normally opens the batting in this format, but the elevation of Kahia has allowed him to step down. And what a wonderful innings he's played today. Full of confidence and not afraid to take on Taijul, the spinner. And apart from that, he's been very strong offside, in particular square of the wicket. Wonderful half century for him. Supported Innocent Kahia well. And that's how it's been for the Bangladesh bowlers. Tough going. Khalid Ahmed, 2 for 49, the only one to breach the Zimbabwean defences. So a reminder that Bangladesh batted first, having lost the toss, 140 all out. Nyamuri with 4 for 61, Mominul with 60. But in reply, 249 for 2, a lead of 109 already for Zimbabwe. Kahia and Bennett standing tall for the home side. Shanto, there will be a lot on his mind. First, how he's going to slow down the scoring rate for the Zimbabweans, and then how they're going to get some wickets and try and get in amongst these Zimbabwean batters. Very good afternoon to Darlington.
Good afternoon, Tino. Yes, it's just the way that Kahia throughout his innings of 100 plus, and Bennett for 50 have scored freely. They've been good at accessing square of the wicket on both sides of the wicket. Both play their pull shot and the back foot drive well. And then Bennett has used his feet well against the left arm spin of Taijul Islam.
Taijul Islam, they'll expect him to bowl a lot in this Zimbabwean first innings. And he'll be up to Kahia first up after lunch.
Now,
slip in, silly mid-off, but protection on the boundary offside. Mid-off and a sweeper. Bit of bounce.
Slower through the air, I think generally at Harare. Sports club than we're used to seeing him. Sometimes he just gets it. A little overspin on it, gets it to bounce a little bit more.
Come on, guys.
So steady is Taijul Islam. Smart bowler. 250 plus wickets. You don't get that in test match cricket if you don't know what you're doing.
There's a lot of very subtle variations. We've seen a couple of times a little excitement when he's forced Kahia back with the one that doesn't turn, carries on towards the leg stump with the arm.
Joy, adik tu. Joy.
And every time he's tossed it up to Brian Bennett, Bennett's using his feet at him. So it's a great little contest between these two in particular.
That's a beauty from Tijul. There's not so many that have gone past that outside edge. It's nice to see turn, but sometimes when there's a lot of it, it's counterproductive because it keeps going past that outside edge. What a catch! Brilliant catch from Tijul Islam. And it's the early breakthrough after lunch that Bangladesh were looking for.
It's been his way to use his feet to Tijul Islam every single time he tosses it up, but this time Brian Bennett doesn't quite get to the pitch of the ball. It is a legitimate delivery, and it is slower through the air. This is the one that doesn't turn, carries on the arms, and Brian Bennett is gone as Tijul Islam takes an absolute screamer of a catch. He's entertaining 59 from 67. This is Zimbabwe at 250 for 3.
Former captain for the Zimbabwean Test side, Craig Irwin. He strides in at a very familiar position for him. He's had a wonderful Test match career for Zimbabwe into his 32nd match. 69 runs short of 2,000 and a good average. 400s, 7 half centuries, so that's a good conversion rate as well.
Just beating him through the air as Tijul Islam. So Brian Bennett's not able to keep this one down. And that's a really good catch. Always difficult when they smash back at you to hold on to them. He's done well.
Three slips. Backward point on the boundary to Kaya. Darlington, you've got to take your hat off to Innocent Kaya and how well he's played. And it's not just today's innings. Now, you're talking about how good a catch that was. You can see Tijul just struggling with the hand, icing it there. But back to Kaya, out of the side for a good 2-3 years. You get an opportunity back in the Test match side. You go to the top of the order and open the batting and do this well. How difficult would that have been with all that's been going on around him?
It's been a beautifully measured innings, hasn't it? He's just not looked as if he's coming back. He's looked as if he's been doing this for the last 3 or 4 years. And just how strong he is off his pads and square the wicket through the offside. He has the power down the ground. That is my favorite Kaya shot. Elegance when you're playing down the V. And that's the pull shot. Brings up the 100. His first one in Test match cricket. Really fitting way to get to that milestone. You asked about how difficult it is for Kaya to get back after nearly 3 years away from Test match cricket, you see those 4 scores at the bottom were in one series. That's the last time he played for Zimbabwe. And he got a best of 67 there. And then he's gone a long way past that against Bangladesh today. His second 100 in international cricket. He has 100 against Bangladesh in an ODI.
I'll tell you what, you take a look at those numbers. Those are the 5 innings that he's played in Test match cricket. That's not too shabby.
And I know it's difficult because I did have a couple of conversations with him about the problems he was having. Had some issues with his right knee. Needed to have those taken care of. And so he missed a lot of cricket, about a year of cricket, with problems with that right knee. And then he's spent a lot of time hitting a lot of balls, he says, on his fitness just to prepare. He knew that this comeback was going to happen. He decided it was going to happen, according to, as I said, the conversation we had before. So he wanted to make sure he did it in style. Take you back to that West Indies series. A couple of times he got out to deliveries very similar to the last delivery that Khalid just bowled at him. Looking to have a flash at those deliveries, looking to hit on the up through the offside. And just that is what's key to the 100, I think, today, is the fact that he's leaving those balls, being a lot more selective about what he has a go at outside the line of the off stump.
Glorious from Kaya. A little bit of calypso about that stroke. At the end of the over, Zimbabwe 254 for 3.
राजा पॉइंट ऊपर रखना है ऐसे भेतरे दिखे रखना उल्टा खेले दो ओरे डांटाते राखो ऊपर থাকো খালিদ ভাই এ উপরে থাকো লেফটি
Zimbabwe's lead just continues to swell. 114 now. The man who stands tall in that Zimbabwean batting graphic, Innocent Kaya.
Pretty strong when you drift into the line of the stumps. Generally keeps it on the floor, and this time a little more self-expression as he calypsos it over mid-wicket to the boundary.
Around the wicket immediately to the left-handed Irvin. Nice. Just gave himself a bit of room, did Irvin, to be able to maneuver it wide of the mid-off. First boundary for him.
Just remind you, this is the second delivery he's facing in this innings. Such a good position, fantastic timing. Knows where the extra cover fielder is, just to his left, and finds a boundary.
Yeah, so he's got a forward square leg who's on the boundary, and he's got a wide long on. So if he goes leg side, that boundary's protected, and that's why he gave himself room to the leg side to be able to hit through the off. Finer, the 45 fielder. Shadman Islam misfield, so another couple to the Zimbabwean total.
Come guys, come guys.
It just stays leg side of the ball. That's good signs when you're finding the middle of the bat in that sort of style. Second delivery you face.
Come on, TJ! TJ bhai. Nice, Tajo.
You can have a think about this, Darlington, and give me an answer in the next over, but your thoughts of what the discussion would have been in either of the two change rooms at that lunch break, and how they want to go forward in this session.
No.
260 for 3.
Ashok Khaled.
Zimbabwe lead by 120 runs, and your question just at the end of the final over, last over, sorry, was the two conversations that happened in the two change rooms, Bangladesh and Zimbabwe at the lunch break. I think the easier conversation was the Zimbabwean one. I'm going to take the harder conversation. It was probably Phil Simmons had to have a conversation with his bowlers. Khaled has been good. Must have got a little bit of praise for the work he's done so far. I think the big problem is the other two seamers. Ebadot for me has been too expensive. There'll be some conversation about that. About 6 runs and over. Has to find a way to just bring that down a little bit. Clearly, it's also about stemming runs. Make sure you keep that Zimbabwe scoring rate anyway as close to 3 runs and over as you possibly can for the next session. Maybe even less than that. Just try and build up a little bit of pressure. Get an early wicket, and I think that's the other thing, is you want an early wicket after the break. Breaks always bring wickets with them, and they've got that first little part of that conversation right. It's been outstanding. Really stood out for Bangladesh. This is the first wicket, got one to bounce a little bit on Ben Curran, and then one to bounce a little bit on Brendan Taylor as well. And that's this morning and this evening. Got Ben Curran yesterday evening, and Brendan Taylor early this morning.
Interesting slip cordon. First and second slip. Second slip quite a way forward. He's not there, but he was when the previous delivery is bowled. And then the gully, who would normally be back, I think is quite a fair distance back. Why would that be, Darlington?
A couple of times we've seen Craig Irvin win right arm quicks coming around the wicket to him and get the ball to leave from around the wicket. Gets it into that force slip. He's not in a true gully position. Relatively little finer, a little deeper than we're used to seeing at gully fielder. And it's often where a lot of the edges that you get, getting that ball to shape away from around the wicket at Craig Irvin. That's where they go.
Good,
262 for 3.
অনেক ভাই ভেতরে থাকেন কটা করছেন দুটা করতে হবে তো
That's the schedule. That test match here in Harare, as well as the 3 ODIs, and then the party shifts to Bulawayo for 3 T20s.
Ball. Hello. Rame. Hasan. Come DJ boy.
Looking just to get that down to the long off fielder for a single. What Bangladesh has done is they've made that extra cover just go a little bit straighter. And that's why on this occasion Kahia couldn't get it through. And he's just made him go straighter. You can see him going to his right again.
Nice, boy.
And what they'll be wanting Kahia to do is to open the face and try and go squarer to find the gap to the sweeper fielder. So because the extra cover's gone straighter to the right, they've done the same with the silly mid-off. That's what they want him to be doing. And even more so maybe off the front foot. Try and get him to play with half a face of the bat.
ভালো তাইজুল ভাই বল তাইজুল ভাই
Well negotiated. 263 for 3.
কত নাই না থ্রিটারে ওই ক্যাচিং কভার দিয়ে দিই ভাই ভালো অপশন ট্রান্সফার করতে পারবে না চলো ভাই তাড়াতাড়ি দাঁড়ায় যাও 30 সেকেন্ড আছে
highest maiden hundreds for Zimbabwe in test matches. Grant Flower leads the pack 201 against Pakistan. Murray Goodwin, Tino Maoyo is in third place. That's the top 5. Innocent Kaia is down in 10th with 133 not out.
Nicely behind that one, Craig Irvin.
Jatinder Taibu, Craig Irvin, who's in with Innocent Kaia at the moment. He's just 13 runs away from passing Craig Irvin.
That'll run away for 4. He was probably looking for that to go a bit straighter, but he won't mind. Gets a good result, Craig Irvin.
A second boundary in his innings. This one a little streaky on the ground off the edge. We were talking earlier about that positioning of man in the gully. That is the reason he's been moved around a little finer. Waiting for that edge from Craig Irvin.
Now, Craig Irvin fallen out of favour in the one-day international side. His last appearance for Zimbabwe was in the Afghanistan Test, which Zimbabwe won by an inning. So he only batted once then. Only got 5. And he's had a very good Logan Cup domestic season. 13 innings, amassed 490 runs, an average of 55. 200s, 250s. Third highest run scorer in that Logan Cup campaign. I think literally 1 run behind the player that he's batting with, Innocent Kaia. So he'll be looking to replicate his Logan Cup form in this test match. Lovely. You won't see a much better cricket stroke from a left-hander than that. Wonderful way to end the over. 271 for 3. The highest rate we've seen in a session in the test match so far, 3.67. And that wicket of Brian Bennett, the one to fall pretty soon after the lunch break. Beg your pardon, I had said the end of the over the previous delivery. Now it's the end of the 67. 271 for 3. Oh, that's well played. That's very well played, because he's just tossed it up a little bit more, and as a result, a few more revs on the ball. He's got a bit more purchase.
Boundary off the final delivery of that over, the penultimate delivery in that over, and looks good. There's Craig Irvin. He's gotten 3 boundaries in the 17 deliveries he's faced so far.
I just feel that the line that Ty Jules bowled to Craig Irvin is a little too straight, and I say that because the ball is turning to the left-hander. It's just a number of times it's very easily off the legs, just turned the ball leg side and been able to